The Little Richelieu, and last I left off had everything masked off, sprayed the intermediate blue color, which is the darker shade, on the little one here, and then I went ahead and ripped the tape off, and you can see the pattern. And then I also went back in with intermediate blue and a little bit of the blue-gray here, ever so slightly. Mixed it up a shade so you could do like a little fading action. Because this camo is basically like waves, especially like on the big one here, and I just went in. I call it shading or feathering. Just made it a little bit, dark to light. Just feathered each basically section of it like that. It's almost pretty close to the pattern on the 350th, so we are good to go on that. Check the other side. I have to use my little stand here because it just won't stand up by itself from the side. And I got the that side about the same as the 350th one. So we're just about ready to rock and roll on this as well. Did the same thing like I did there, and on the other side did some fading for the little waves here and there. And all I got to do next is I got to do just a little bit of touch-up paint, which is basically taking the base coat here, and I got a few places I need to touch up where the paint wanted to take off, and then seal it, and I'll be done with that. So I'm going to do that today. We'll do one more video on it just to make sure that we got everywhere, and then we'll be able to probably get this off the workbench and off to its rightful owner for many hours of model building. So Little Richelieu is almost getting done. The E100, one thing I've done so far is I did drill out a hole for the that part right there, so we actually fit in like so, and we do swivel, so we're good to go on that. This one I'm going to have to modify just a tad because I didn't look in the instructions so far if it gets a little tab or something that sticks. I'm going to try to find the exact same thing on this side and just basically glue it on and make that, because it ain't really going to matter. I mean, once you put a hole in it and make it swivel. Come on, I got to find the hole here. But anyway, there is that, and all I've done so far is basically put the sides on, put the top on. I did do the little mechanism that goes in here. It does slide somewhat. It's not the best. I wouldn't really, I wouldn't play with it too much. It may break off. It's the only thing bad about, I love models. I love static models. Things with moving parts is really not my, bag, unless it's like motorized or something that's really, durable. But anyway, pretty much got everything in. There's some things I omitted on here because you're really not going to see it. It's like stuff that's in the inside here. I mean, really don't matter. But anyway, there's the, if you can see the two little bars here, that's where the big cannon here basically fits on, and it'll be like basically like so roughly. And for example, that's pretty much what it looks like that. So anyway, very cool. I haven't put the gun in yet. I got a couple more parts I'm going to put on, then I'm going to call it that part done. And I really don't have to sand or do anything on that, but I'm going to leave the gun off for right now because I'm taking Mr. Old sanding stick here, and we are trying to sand down the barrel because it is uneven. I did try to get it straight as I could, but it just would not do it. But first, before I sand it, I like to take, if I can do it one hand here, I do like to take Mr. Knife, Mr. Back of the blade here, and what I like to do is when I have something that's uneven, I like to scrape it. And I do that a lot on a lot of models. There's 101 ways you can use a number 11 blade, and scraper sander is one of it. But I try to knock it down, and then once I get it pretty much even, I'll go back in with the sanding stick and get it pretty smooth that way. But anyway, that's just a little tech tip there. Mr. Knife can be used for a lot of things. But anyway, that's what I have got going on today. We're going to do one more video on the Richelieu. I want to touch up a little few areas. I want to shoot some future on it, and then we'll be done with it. Of course, we'll continue on with the E100 Leopold, but then we're going to start These are the another round of 46 models. We're going to do the E100 Wasserfall. We're going to do the, whatever the hell this is, Gungnir E85. And then we're going to do another E100 bar. So anyway, looking forward to it. Love these kits. They're pretty much simple. And that's what we like. So them will be up next. Probably after I get that Little Richelieu's boxed up and painted that way, I'll have a lot more room on the desk to. I could do multiple mores, but I'm trying to keep it somewhat manageable so I don't get you know, too far behind on projects. But anyway, that's what I got going on today. I will have some shed updates, but I may have two. I'm trying to lean in toward one, but I may have two just to make it just a little more manageable on that. So that's what I got going on today. So stay tuned for the next exciting episode.